it's Jess and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So you're probably noticing that I haven't posted for a couple of days, so I haven't exactly kept up with the filming schedule that I planned. But when any of my stuff go to plan anyway. So this technically is day five of my week off in lockdown. And today we're just doing really chill. We sat in our jammies, no makeup, very chilled, and I just decided that I wanted to answer some questions of yours. So it was on, I think it was on Thursday afternoon, I did put on my Instagram, ask me anything, and I did get a few responses, and I'll be honest, a lot of them were from the same person. She's my bae, I love her, you know who you are. And I did get a couple from outside, which was nice, and then I also got a lot of messages saying, DM me, like my page, stuff like that. I might look at those later, but I'm still getting into this, so I'm not really sure what that means, but they weren't exactly questions. So just for now, I'm going to do the questions that came up on my Instagram as voted by you guys. Just before you ask, this isn't rosé wine. It was rosé wine at some point this evening, but now I'm just kind of winding down. I'm not a big drinker anymore. I was at uni. If you know me, you know me. But yes, so I'm just winding down with a nice apple and blackcurrant juice in my little boo cup. This is my favourite cup here for the booze. And there was booze in here before, but we're just going to have a little sippy. Okay, so I'm just going to go in the order that I kind of got them. So first one, you take iPhone or camera photos? Well, I've never owned an iPhone. I've had, what were they? They weren't iPods. Was it an iPod Touch? Like it kind of looked like a phone, but it was an iPod. I had one of those. I've never had an iPod, and I don't have a camera. I use this phone, my Huawei, not the new one, the one before that. That's what I use. That's what I've been using since I started filming. I am planning on getting a vlog camera once I have a bit more money, and also once I learn how to use one. But yeah, planning on getting a camera, but I don't use an iPhone and I don't have a camera, so I use the camera on my phone to take photos, basically. Long-winded answer for a very short question. Oh, what's your favourite film? See, that's a hard one because it depends on what mood I'm in. It depends how I'm feeling. Favourite film depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm honest, the film I go to a lot if I'm sad or if I'm in a bad mood is the Lego Batman movie, or just a Lego movie. Any kind of Lego movie, like Lego movie Batman, Lego movie 2, any of those three, if I'm in a bad mood, that'll cheer me right up. That'll make me really happy. I guess my other favourite film that I've watched a lot, I'm a sucker for a love story, so I cry at it every single time, would be Moulin Rouge. I love it. Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor. Oh, I just love it. And the songs. I'm dying to see when this all ends, the actual on-stage musical version of Moulin Rouge, which they put on. If they are still putting it on, I'd love to see that. But that's probably one of my all-time favourite films. There are probably more. If I was to think in it and go into depth, we would be here for hours and hours and hours, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to say for the answer to that question, probably Moulin Rouge. Ooh, serious question. What has your greatest struggle been in lockdown? I was actually talking to my dad tonight about this. Well, I've been talking to Tom, my dad. I've seen my family tonight anyway. Greatest struggle, definitely hands down without even thinking, that I can't hug my mum. I've been in lockdown since early March because I work from home, and because I'm diabetic, I don't go out, and I've already said this, you know this. That's the greatest struggle I've had in lockdown so far. I haven't seen my mum in a few weeks. We did, at the beginning of this, we did things where we'd go around to each other's houses, but we just you sit at the end of the patio or just outside the front door. So it was like the 2 metre gap as you're meant to do. But obviously as things gone on, we've just stopped it because it's not worth going out at all, for me at least. To be honest, we live around the corner from each other, but I just don't want her coming here, making the effort, and she doesn't want me coming to her and getting ill. But yeah, it's just the days where she did come round and she'd just be sat literally outside my door on my wall and she'd have to go to leave and I couldn't hug her. And yeah, sorry, I get so bit. But not just my mum, but any of my family. I haven't seen my dad, my brother, my aunties, my sister. My sister lives all the way somewhere else, so I don't see her a lot anyway. But we chat on Facebook, and we have a family quiz night every weekend, which is nice. So that makes it a bit easier. But definitely not being able to go to my mum and physically hug her is one of the most difficult things about this. I mean, I am sorry. Like I say, I am very lucky and privileged to be able to, that I live in a nice house and I only live around the corner from my mum and I can work from home. I'm very grateful and very lucky and privileged. But just because I can't go with my mum, it's really hard. Oh, I didn't expect that. I even wrote the questions down before I started filming. I didn't expect to start crying. It's just a bit of it's a sore spot for everyone, isn't it? Anyway, we'll move on to a nicer topic. What's your greatest triumph in lockdown? And I would say again, without a doubt, would be this. Starting up my YouTube channel again. I think I've worked very hard on my week off, but it's really given me a kick up the bum to be able to start doing this again. And honing my skills and condensing things and realising what goes into the video that is interesting and ways to make it more interesting to watch, like having music in the background, time skips. I'm still learning all this and I'm very lucky to be able to have the time to do this, especially again working from home. But this week has been especially brilliant because I've been able to more freely do it and post every day, and I'm very proud of myself because there are some days where I didn't want to film, I was tired, I was grumpy, and Tommy had to push me to just like, come on, you can do this, and I'm glad that I've done it. I know I've had a few spaces in between like this one, but I'm glad that I've started up again, so I think that is a triumph and I'm really proud of myself and I'm really happy with that. Favourite season? Come on, you know me. My favourite season is fall, autumn, fall, whatever you call it. I am loving summer at the moment. Usually I'm not a summer lover because it gets too hot and I get really grumpy and I'm pale. I don't go out in the sun, I don't tan, it's not my thing. But I love fall because of all the crunchy leaves and it gets a nice little chill in the air, but it's not too cold, and you get those nice sunny days where the leaves are falling and you go for a nice walk somewhere. And also fall, autumn, Halloween, my season, my holiday, my favourite thing, without a doubt, autumn. Yes. Favourite holiday? It kind of ties in with the last one. Halloween is my favourite holiday. Closely followed by Christmas. Once Halloween is over and packed away, Christmas is my deal. I get very excited with all the twinkly lights and the decorations and buying presents and cards, and it just kind of makes me yearn for that a little bit, and I hope by the time that season comes around we are in a different situation than we are now. But I'm just going to say every day of the week, every week of the year, every second, every moment is Halloween for me. My favourite holiday is Halloween. I love getting dressed up. I always have since being a kid, and obviously getting older, going to the parties and having a nice time. But the costume thing has always been a big thing for me, coming up with really cool costumes. And as I've gotten older, learning makeup and learning how I can make myself into these characters, like last Halloween, that was really fun and I had a lot more ideas for that, so that is going to come in this year. But yeah, favourite season, autumn, favourite holiday, Halloween. They tie in together, they're one and the same. I can't live with one can't live without the other, and they're both in my heart quite firmly. Favourite plant that you own? Ooh, that's a hard one. So again, if you know me well, I love plants. I have a lot of plants in my house, and again, being at home has been nice because I've actually been able to keep on top of my plants. Usually I try my best, but sometimes it feels like, oh yeah, I watered that yesterday. Yesterday was probably about 2 weeks ago and the plant's looking a bit but I have a lot downstairs at the moment. I've got all sorts. I've got a cheese plant, which my sister gave me and is growing very nicely, by the way. I've got a massive, I think it's a palm tree plant. It's just those kind of palm leaves. It's not a palm tree, but that kind of plant I got from IKEA. when we moved into our house 2 years ago, so I've had it a while. It has been looking a bit crispy around the edges lately, but I'm trying to keep it going. I've got ferns, I've got cactuses, I've got everything. I think my favourite at the moment would be my sister's cheese plant, because every time I look at it I think of her, and it kind of makes me proud that I've kept it alive for this long, because I didn't think I would be able to. When it came to me, it was only 2 little stalks, and one leaf was doing really well and the other one was just coming up, and then my cat got to it and decided to eat half the leaf after it was unfurling. So I've got 2 stalks, one with this big massive leaf, another one that was fresh and growing but is kind of missing half a leaf, and then from the one that's kind of got bitten off by Poppy and is now on a shelf so she can't get to it, there's a little sprout coming out and the leaf has come out. So I've got like 3 leaves now. It's doing really well. And yeah, I'd say that would be my favourite plant at the moment, but I love all plants. I love all my plant babies, especially the ones outside. If you haven't checked my Instagram for my plant lady stories, my crazy plant lady, keep in tune with that. Costa or Starbucks? This one is kind of easy for me. I love a Costa. I always have. Costa has revolved around my life heavily, especially at uni. There were various coffee shops, Costa coffee shops around the town I went to uni with. We used to meet there, we used to study there. In terms of coffee, I like Costa more. I like their coffee. It just tastes nicer to me. Starbucks, I don't hate Starbucks. I wouldn't go to Starbucks for coffee. I'd go for, their flavoured drinks and their is it Frappuccinos or Frosty? I think it's Frappuccinos, yeah, for that kind of thing. Those kind of things I love. I lived for, again, in uni, I always went to Starbucks for my, like, milkshakey kind of things. But for my coffee, it has to be Costa. Well, at the moment, it's homemade, so it's not even Costa, but if I had the choice, Costa every day, guys. Next question, so favourite age and favourite moment from that age. That is a tricky one. I mean, I'm 24 now. I'm not old. I'm getting old. But I'm not old. I'm not. But I'm not a teenager anymore. I think my late teenage years, so 17, 18, as I was going like through college, just before uni. I did skip a year. I skipped a year before I went to uni because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But that kind of age, it was nice where things just kind of started happening. That kind of age, trying to figure out who I was very valuable to me. I could have just jumped into uni and then hated it, but I thought I'd do the more mature thing and just see how I was. And I really enjoyed that. And obviously from 19 through to 23, 22, 23, however long I stayed at uni, those were the best years of my life. Specific moment from around that age. It probably would be the uni years. So, I think my best moment from that kind of 18 to 23, so uni to college to uni type thing, quite memorable, stuck in my mind. I'm not being down on myself, but I'm just going to give you a little backstory. So I've never really had a lot of friends, a friend group. I have a really good friend that I've always had from high school and still have today. She's not gone anywhere, but she was my kind of only best friend, and we talked a lot and we did everything together. We go on adventures together, and I want to do that again soon if you're watching, but I never really had a big friend group. I never really clicked anywhere. And I was an awkward child, quite outrightly I'll say I was an awkward person, and I'm very introverted, so I'm an extroverted introvert, so I love my own space, I love being alone. That alone time is the best for me, and when I need it, I need it. But I love being around people and making friends, and I remember, I think it was second year, and we kind of got more friendly with everybody. Everyone was my friends, and we decided to go on this big night out, but like a dress up thing, and I was dressed as a rave bumblebee, so I had a bumblebee costume with a blue wig, because that's all I had and that's what I came up with. So I was the rave bumblebee, and we met at one of the guys' house. We were all 30 kids, obviously. We had a sing-song and a dance and a boogie and a drink, and we went out. and this group was massive. It was most of our year all going on this night out, all dressed up in silly costumes. And there's a picture, if I can find it, I'll insert it. There's this picture just before we got into town, and it was this massive group of us, and also some people that were just walking past on the night out. They got in with us, and not to be narcissistic, but I was in the middle of this picture, and I love that. That is one of my favourite pictures because it was kind of the first time I felt like I had a group of friends, like I belonged somewhere. And I think that was probably one of the best moments of being that kind of age, starting out uni, making friends, growing up, just having that sense of community. That was one of the best moments. And I still love all those people today. We don't talk a lot, we don't see each other a lot now, but you guys are amazing, and you were one of the best parts of my life, so thank you for being a part of it. Now, after all the serious talk, we're going to round this off with a very, very important question. Addams Family or Hocus Pocus? I mean, come on. That's so hard. I don't know. Hocus Pocus has been in my life for as long as I can remember. Every single Halloween, since I can remember, I've put that film out. I think I even watched it a few times when it wasn't even Halloween. And one of my bestest friends, the one who's been with me since high school, she watches it religiously too. And I live for Bette Midler as Winifred. And I don't know. But then Morticia, the Addams Family. I mean, again, I would watch that all year round. I don't know. Those are two really big films for me. Just because it's been in my life the longest. It's influenced my every single Halloween since I was little. It has to be, as though it pains me, Morticia, it has to be Hocus Pocus. I love Hocus Pocus. I'm so sorry. That kind of hurts me a bit. I kind of want to go watch Hocus Pocus and the Addams Family just to repent for what I've just done. Yeah, guys. I know that was just a little video. A bit of nonsense, but just something chill to round off the week. Just take a sip of my juice in my boot coat. But yeah, just a little something to round off the week. This week has been amazing. It's been stressful, tiring, has pushed all of my technical skills to the max. I'm still learning, but I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, honestly. I know I've been a bit obsessive. I know I have every night, as soon as those videos go up, I check it every hour, how many people are watching it, how many people are liking it, and I know that's probably not healthy, and I don't want that to become an obsession, and I'm not going to let it. I'm going to try not to let it. But yeah, posting those up every night, I just feel so proud, 'cause especially when I've worked in it all day and I've tried my hardest, and that you guys like it, and I get comments back from people saying they love my videos, that it cheers them up, that they like a certain element of the video, whether it's the outfit I'm wearing, or they just like me running about like a headless chicken stressing. All that just kind of makes it worth it, that I'm doing something to make people feel better, and that's kind of always been my thing in performance and in life. I just want people to be happy, and if I can help do that, then that's even better. But yeah, rambling on. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me all of this week on my week off in lockdown. If you like this video, please give it a like down below. And if you want to see more, I don't know when it's coming, but if you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. I would love you forever. If you want to catch up with me when I'm not on here, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. I'll link all of those down below. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Oh, I can't believe it's over. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.